Yes, you're seeing this right. I'm actually making the music for Platform Masters. I'm very unskilled on this front, but at least I did come up with something that's really good. And if this is any hint, and this as well, you might get an idea on what this might be. FL Studio is the very program I use to, well, make the music with. Ranus, well, that's the world in which this song is actually to occur in. Looks quite like a mess, doesn't it? A big mess. And this is just the number of measures there are. You can tell there's probably a lot of eighth notes if you look at it closely enough. Let's see, wrong way. I get that mixed up, which direction is which. Yeah, of course I do need to fiddle around with the note lengths on occasion, but that's just to give you an idea on what the overall looks are. This is basically the amplitude, called velocity, in case you're unfamiliar with it. And there's an oddball here, and kind of an oddball there in a sense. A few oddballs here. But it's just a work in development right now. Number of measures, the number of ticks. Basically 16 ticks make one measure. An eighth note's basically 2 ticks. That's actually the system I use, or base it on. And this I'm not entirely certain on, but there's 24 of these to one of these, from what I'm observing anyway. Just basic observing. And in pretty much all my previous videos on my task manager, there was always something, or taskbar I should say, there was always Winamp down here. And when I was recording the actual engine videos, or I was actually doing gameplay and other such things. Well, in this case, there is no Winamp. Well, it's kind of hard to make music with it playing in the background at the same time. I just happened to encounter one of those lulls or dull periods where I otherwise lose interest and really can't make up my mind what song I want to go to, so I figured, hey, that's an opportunity for making the music in Platform Masters, considering this one has been stuck in my head, along with another one for Keverin Reef, or now Centus Reef as I call it. So, what does a song sound like? Well, what do you suppose this button's for? Ready? Go! That's all there is so far, and that's about half of the kind of length I want. I calculated the length to be this in seconds for the looping part. There's one measure for the intro, that's this right here, and you don't see anything here. This is main melody. This is background, as they call it, the bass. That's what I often call background. It's the bass rhythm, the background rhythm in a sense. Let's see here. Keep thinking it's another window when it's actually that. Because I'm so used to multiple windows rather than tabs. But then again, this program doesn't use tabs either. Or at least not directly. But anyway, there's a few things that I need to figure out too yet. I would like to add yet another instrument into this, but right now it's kind of questionable at the moment. But one big puzzle that I have, let's see, export wave file. If I do this, for some reason, yeah, there's a test there, there's a problem. That's the problem. What's the problem? Silence. There's nothing but silence. And I'll show you. Test 2. Okay, wave. let's see, pretty much keep all that the same. Leave remainder. Okay. Okay, and now in order to check that, I need to open this up. Mess. Okay, so there is something there. That's strange. Previously, I don't know what I did different. Which one of these is it? This one. Miss. This is what I got originally, but apparently I guess I unexpectedly solved that problem. Whew. But, let's see. Oh, yeah, it's right down there. Now, notice the 96,000 hertz? Yeah, it's quite a bit up there. And one thing I usually like doing is fiddling around with this. Yep, that's half speed, rather dull in a sense. Let's see, how about 5/6 speed? Miss. This is actually the very same thing I do in with my own particular the songs I take off of video games. But of course, with 96,000, there's a problem. For some reason, it won't let me use 192 or anything higher, which is really annoying for this program and then some, considering there's actually sound cards that can take that real easy. But I just wanted to demonstrate that. And just for your reference, this area here, this first area here, this part here, and this here are my 4 favorite parts so far. However, this is only about half of what the expected length will be. I do have a major problem with audio in my game, though. What's the big problem? Well, in order to display or actually play the music, it has to be in a decompressed format. It has to be loaded into memory, decompressed. What does that mean? Well, for those of you who are not really familiar with computer type stuff, a compressed file is basically the identical copy of the file, but uses less capacity on the disks on the hard drive. It uses less space. However, in order for decompressed means that it's going from that compressed state to a more expanded state, so it uses up more disk space. The problem is, it has to be decompressed in memory. Well, you think, okay, I got all those TGA and bitmap graphics like crazy for my game. Nothing really special there, because they compress really well when I zip them up in WinZip, for example. However, audio files compress horribly. That's right, horribly. There is a fix, or there is no known fix for that right now, aside from using just plain uncompressed, and adding 400 megabytes to the download size when all the graphics are but like 50 megs, if that. I have to figure out a way to decompress something like OGG, for example. So until I can come up with a solution, I might actually cut the length short and significantly reduce the quality. Significantly reduce? Okay, 16,000 hertz, 8-bit, mono. I would like to use 48,000 hertz, 16-bit mono for the music. Why mono? Well, if you looked at that sound, that audio form, let's see here. I need to reopen it. If you look at the two waveforms, they seem to be pretty much exactly identical. Yes, I know about panning and this stuff, but I really don't see any point in doing that. Doubling the disk space, too, by the way. Not a wise thing. But it does give you the idea. But anyway, this video and this song were created by Ulillillia. Thank you for watching.